offered him the 5 cents per dollar and he refused. They told him regime change. And so when there was regime change also, they wanted to make sure that, because they use intimidation for other African leaders to say, oh, you see what happened to this person. And that's why they took him to the ICC or whatever, or the tribunal at The Hague. So also, other heads of state that have minerals that are very expensive, they are the major producers, but they are the poorest of the poor countries in Africa. When a particular head of state in West Africa said he was going to make sure that they have, when he saw the price of uranium and said this is unacceptable, what these people are giving us is bitter, it's an insult. At a meeting in Libya, he made a comment, and I told him, my brother, I know you don't like me because, he said, you know, sometimes we thought you are crazy, but when we go back and listen to what you say, reflect on what you say, and look at our reality, we know that you are a Pan-Africanist. And I told him, well, I will tell you, and he said, this is unacceptable. I said, okay, well, but be ready for one thing. They would overthrow you if you are not strong. And so he decided to reverse and wanted to open it for anybody who is interested. His former colonial master said, anything that belongs to our former colonies, in terms of minerals, we have the first choice. First choice of, in law you say refusal? Yes. So if you want to change, we have to negotiate. They gave him an offer which was unacceptable. And they made it very clear that that is why we have basis. So the situation is this. If you stand up for defend your God-given resources, you are in trouble with those people that still believe that by virtue of their color, they are superior to anybody who is not their color. And so, this is the situation. Who is the EU to say that whether, no matter what happens in the court, the December 1st elections will be enforced? In Austria, didn't they go back to the elections? Austria, when the far right, they said the far right lost narrowly by a percentage point. The far right came back and said, no, they went, didn't they go to court? And the court allowed them to go back to the polls, whereby the far right won and they accepted defeat this time, that it was true that they lost. So if for Europe for the West they will always call for peaceful resolution of conflict. And in Africa, they want violent, in fact, that is a resolution, because once you think of adding petrol into a fire, thank God there's no fire in this country. This is how they destabilize our countries. Put one against the other, as one of you said, brother against brother, whatever. Because that is how they get our raw materials, our natural resources, free of charge. So, and unfortunately, it took us 9 years to 10 years intervention in Liberia to resolve the crisis. Whereas the war has ended, the economic crisis deepened. So in all countries like Sierra Leone and others, this is what has happened. Now, if this is what they want for the Gambia, I hear them. But I don't believe in what they are saying. I believe in what Allah is going to do. Allah would judge, and may the Almighty Allah judge, so that we resolve this conflict peacefully, in a justifiable manner, based on the laws and constitution of the Gambia, not based on any European or any outside law, or any constitution, or any power. As I said, this conflict cannot be resolved peacefully if threats are being made. When the institutions concerned disrespect the facts. This is where we are. I want to thank you for coming. And I saw you once again. that you are free to go to any quarters and find out what you need to find out. This is the situation. All what we are saying, I'm not declaring myself the winner. All I'm saying is what we want is to go back to the Gambian people, and this is where I stand today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow for 1 billion years. Thank you.
And you all know we're all warming up to the official Open Mic Festival list, and I'll be revealing it right here, right now. But for now, I'm dressed by Medun Gay, Staff It. Go get yours. He is crazy with the creativity. Let's get on with the first music video, and he is on the official Open Mic Festival list. He is no other than ST Berkama Boyo, who's been on the list for 5 years, making it 6 this year. ST 6 times on the Open Mic Festival list. Enjoy this piece, now featuring Jalimari.
Hey Gambia, Ntulkanna Kuolike, Alabolong ST Gambian Dream Brikama Boyo. You know, it's all about the Open Mic December 30th, Muntolong Independence Stadium. Adiamo Mansia Kotenke. Mokana fo moe. Nga chokala. Luobe lula. Ate doyala.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Jalimadi Brikama Boyo Danyina lela nandunde jam falana itele uluna itele na fengo betina manju tuilana inene mambalana na duta fomo bebo taida male ka fonyena itele ulu ejika beto dinna ninga kuja oke ikonye fatanyina nasula fengol na ya be dinna enin kanomi tanna fonka funyol nyaka bonna oto doy dunde ni tete manna nelde sonna kanyim fili no min fil dol nene talon na ngabajele miliye tumol fay dol be ta konna dol be bloko sile talie dol be donna dol kapata min takidi ngona fuola wonene telonna isa dunia la dunia ka ba manene sanna anin do nene te kanna ndaji ko nene te banna wala na nike kanomo pisalta ka ura ka fo wena
Excellency Sheikh Professor Dr. Yahya Ejiji Jame Babili Mansa Thursday held a meeting with venerable religious leaders at the State House. The Gambian leader used the interface to challenge both Muslim and Christian leaders to bring peace and reconciliation to their followers countrywide. Agent Silva reports.
President Jammeh's Thursday meeting with the venerable religious leaders from the Muslim and Christian communities was anchored on preaching peace, unity, and reconciliation among Gambians through these people of God.
All of us should forgive, and this is why I call you religious leaders, because people listen to you more than they listen to politicians. All I want us to do together is to reunite the country, reconcile and forget what has been said about us, what they have done to us and other people. All what I want is reconciliation
so that the country continues.
The country, in spite of its geographical location in a very volatile region that is prone to all forms of instability, has always been synonymous with peace, stability, and security from the word go. But that peace, the president said, has been threatened by mayhem and sabotage recently by a number of people on the other side of the political aisle, especially in the aftermath of the December 1st elections. Professor Jame, who dedicated a good chunk of his time talking about the importance of peace, also cited tribalism as one recipe for violence, stressing no country of only one tribe has ever existed, and the Gambia, as a matter of fact, he continued, would never be an exception.
Aliye yamfuro muta menketa keta to bega fen karanje baraka wul kamuru wokan ka fitno wulindi manyan na sonna wala.
Continuing his clarion call for forgiveness and unity among Gambians, the leader also called on them to learn lessons from the ugly scenes of wars in Syria, Iraq, and other countries where the inhabitants there have been forced into refugee camps, but went on to vow that Gambia will never succumb to lawlessness and mayhem in his presence.
Gambia has been an example, and after war, Cairo, men pareta tinyalan tulpulu, ya murundi anot, ya diamu badi mani. Wala na the consider money.
Having said all those, Jammeh set the ball rolling by announcing his forgiveness to all those he said went on the rampage in the aftermath of the elections, not to mention the unfounded anecdotes of doom-mongers like his mother's passing away, which he vehemently condemned. The head of state later concluded his remark of peace-building, unity, and reconciliation to entertain reactions from religious leaders to come in, but not without taking time to again counter speculations that tends to ruin his relationship with the Christian community.
They even said that I said that I was going to turn churches into mosques. No, they said markets, I don't know. I only made it very clear that I will not force anybody to be a Muslim, because religion is private. In the Quran, if you do that, you are going to go to hell. Because Allah said it very clear in a verse called Surah Al-Quran, that if you don't, I will not believe in what you believe, you will not believe in what I believe. I am not that evil person. I have nothing against Christians. Little did I know that part of my family were Christians. My dead brothers were Christians. Some of the Christians here, they know them. I grew up on a Christian, a Catholic family.
The various religious leaders also gave their contributions on the subject matter, which they are expected to pass on to their followers. Etienne Silva.
In my eyes.